Challenging legacy food giants requires flawless quality control, and viral packaging failures can imperil a brand overnight. Look, today we're opening up an active corporate investigation file on what is, quite frankly, one of the most chaotic product rollouts in recent digital history. We're looking at the anatomy of a product launch that collided head-on with consumer protection watchdogs, viral outrage, and strict federal regulatory standards.
That quote right there, it perfectly captures the harsh reality of today's consumer market. You can have all the marketing power in the world, right? But when you try to take on a 30-year food monopoly, your physical product absolutely has to survive the brutal, unforgiving scrutiny of the internet.
Okay, let's dive into this case file index for the explainer. 1. Disrupting legacy food giants. 2. Nutritional claims under scrutiny. 3. The viral mold reports. 4. Seal failure or systemic flaw. And 5. The regulatory double standard.
Section 1. Disrupting legacy food giants. Influencers take on the 30-year monopoly.
The ambition here is absolutely massive. We're talking about YouTubers MrBeast, Logan Paul, and KSI teaming up to take a huge swing at Kraft Heinz's Lunchables, literally a 35-year reigning heavyweight champion of the grab-and-go lunch market. The influencers marketed Lunchly as a groundbreaking, better-for-you alternative. They proudly touted the use of real cheese instead of processed cheese products, while, unashamedly building their own existing brands into the supply chain. Every box includes a bottle of Prime Hydration and a Feastables chocolate bar. They promised a major nutritional edge, and in doing so, set a very high bar for themselves right out of the gate.
Section 2. Nutritional claims under scrutiny. Dr. Mike versus USDA guidelines.
Well, that better-for-you marketing claim almost immediately hit a brick wall of medical and creator critiques. The most prominent breakdown came from Dr. Mike, a licensed physician and massively popular YouTuber. He tested Lunchly against objective health data, specifically looking at the USDA nutritional standards for school lunches. His forensic breakdown found that the product actually falls short of calorie minimums for growing kids. He also noted excess added sugars and an absolute zero in the whole grains department. But actually, scratch that. His sharpest critique was probably regarding their marketing tactic of rebranding sodium as electrolytes, just to give the high salt content a false health halo.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this specific metric, 23%. The USDA guidelines for school-aged children are crystal clear that a single lunch meal shouldn't contain more than 10% of its calories from saturated fat. Yet the Lunchly Turkey Kit derives 23% of its calories from saturated fat, drastically exceeding that federal limit. It's just a stark contrast between a slick influencer marketing pitch and the objective nutritional data.
Section 3. The viral mold reports. Contamination goes viral.
If the nutritional debate was a hurdle, what happened next completely derailed the launch. Let's trace this rapid escalation because it moved fast. Lunchly officially launched in September of 2024, but by October, fellow creator Rosanna Panzino posted a viral unboxing video of the pizza kit revealing visibly moldy cheese inside a package that was still months away from its expiration date. And this wasn't just some isolated internet rumor. According to the FDA, more than 10 official consumer complaints were formally filed regarding issues with the product, including actual reports of illness.
But, because this is an influencer-led brand, the situation instantly mutated into digital chaos. The backlash became so intense that fake FDA recall signs were literally fabricated by a store employee and taped to fridges in a Fred Meyer grocery store. There was even an alleged bomb threat made against a company facility, originating from a caller in London, which is wild considering it's a market where the product isn't even sold yet. It basically became this perfect storm of genuine quality control concerns mixed with weaponized internet outrage.
Section 4. Seal failure or systemic flaw. The official defense.
And this brilliantly illustrates the brand's damage control strategy, because we really have to separate a systemic flaw from a seal failure here. A systemic flaw means the food is being contaminated at the factory level, which, for sure, would trigger a massive official federal recall. A seal failure, on the other hand, means the glue or packaging was damaged during rough transit or improper retail storage, allowing oxygen in and mold to grow. That just results in individual store refunds, not a total brand shutdown.
Brand executives MrBeast and Logan Paul were adamant that the issue was the latter, as Logan Paul officially stated in his defense video. The USDA inspects every finished food lot and approves it before even leaving our facility. Issues happen in transit, like seal breaking. They strictly maintain that the product is completely mold-free when it clears their factory doors, placing the blame squarely on the post-factory supply chain and physical handling.
Section 5.
the regulatory double standard, scrutiny in the digital age.
Let's move to and see how this builds into a massive shift in the macro regulatory landscape. Online food marketing is currently under intense, increasing scrutiny, and regulatory agencies like the FDA and FTC are watching very closely. In fact, precedent shows that the FDA can consider something as simple as a brand liking a consumer's post on social media as an official endorsement of that post's claims, making it subject to strict labeling regulations. The rules of engagement are incredibly rigid now.
And that brings us right to the ethical tensions raised by watchdogs. Influencers have this immense power to blur the lines between organic entertainment and paid promotional content. When you're marketing ultra-processed foods to digitally native, highly impressionable youth audiences, the stakes are elevated. Critics point to the massive power imbalances in how these companies mine digital data, and they're demanding standardized, highly visible disclosures. So why does this matter? Because the digital feeds kids scroll through every single day are fundamentally blurring the lines between pure entertainment and stealth advertising.
So, the crucial point is this. Do influencer food brands face stricter scrutiny than their corporate competitors? Legacy brands have dealt with product defects and recalls for decades, often with little to no viral fanfare whatsoever. But when a creator with 100 million subscribers ships a faulty cheese packet, it becomes global news overnight. Are these new digital moguls being unfairly targeted, or does their immense power over youth audiences demand this exact level of ruthless accountability?
We'll leave that for you to decide in the comments. Subscribe for brand investigation dossiers.